Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has vowed an immediate and strong response if the United States imposes tariffs on Canadian goods, warning that such measures would negatively impact both economies.
About tariffs, what's the nature of your conversation right now with the Americans? Are there negotiations in place? Are you planning to go to DC before March 4th?
Regardless of which new tariffs the president is reflecting on, one thing remains clear. Any tariffs on Canada will mean higher prices for Americans and will cost American jobs. Nobody wants that. That's why we're going to continue working with the Americans on things that we can do together to increase North America's competitiveness around the world, to create jobs on both sides of the border, and bring down costs and prices for consumers across our two countries. We are entirely focused on making sure no tariffs ever get brought in on Canada. If ever there are tariffs brought in Canada, our response will be immediate and strong. But we don't want that. We are going to do the work to make sure they don't come on, and we're going to do the work to make sure that we keep building things and doing things together across our border as best friends and allies.
But no trip to DC planned for now, right?
We're continuing to engage closely with our American counterparts.
Amid escalating trade tensions, Trudeau addressed reporters in Montreal, stating, "If ever there are tariffs brought in Canada, our response will be immediate and strong." He emphasized that tariffs would lead to higher prices for Americans and will cost American jobs, highlighting the interconnected economies of the two nations. Justin Trudeau, "If ever there are tariffs brought in Canada, our response will be immediate and strong." Trudeau's comments follow threats from President Donald Trump to impose a 25% tariff on Canadian imports, citing concerns over immigration and drug trafficking. While advocating for cooperation to enhance North American competitiveness, Trudeau reiterated that Canada is actively working to prevent tariffs. "We are entirely focused on making sure no tariffs ever get brought in on Canada," he said, indicating a preference for diplomatic engagement over confrontation. Canadian officials continue to engage with U.S. counterparts, though Trudeau confirmed no immediate plans for a trip to Washington, D.C. Meanwhile, economic nationalism is gaining traction within Canada, with provincial leaders such as Ontario's Doug Ford and British Columbia's David Eby promoting Buy Canadian initiatives in response to potential U.S. tariffs. International trade analysts suggest that imposing tariffs could significantly disrupt industries and jobs on both sides of the border. The debate underscores the delicate balance of U.S.-Canada trade relations, where political pressure must be navigated alongside economic interdependence. Trudeau's stance is seen as both a defense of Canadian interests and an assertion of national resilience, with broader implications for North American trade agreements and diplomatic relations.